Hi, I'm Sam. I'm on the NEMO Customer Service team. Today I'm going to be talking about the best practices for washing your sleeping bag and why it's important to do so. So first of all, if your bag is looking a little bit grimy, body oils and dirt can really affect the loft of the synthetic or the down in your bag. So it's really important to keep it clean as much as possible. And I'm going to be talking about the best practices for washing your sleeping bag. So first off, you're going to want to find the proper cleaner for your sleeping bag. Us at the office, we usually use Nic Wax or Gear Aid. You don't want to use a just general detergent that can sometimes harm the sleeping bag materials. So it's definitely good to find like a Tech Wash, and Nic Wax and Gear Aid are generally pretty good ones. So you're going to want to find a oversized washer and dryer. You don't want a washing machine with an agitator in the middle because that can sometimes rip the fibers of the sleeping bag and can damage the down or the synthetic. All right, so you're going to want to stick your sleeping bag into the oversized washer. Get your down Tech Wash or Gear Aid or whichever cleaning method you're using. Unscrew the cap. You can either put it into the tray or you can put it in with the actual sleeping bag itself, depending on what kind of washing machine you're using. Close that up, close the door. You're going to want to wash your sleeping bag on cold or warm water, depending on the sleeping bag instructions. You're going to want to follow directions on the cleaners. They'll tell you the proper amount to use for washing your sleeping bag. Once it's in there, you're going to want to use a very gentle cycle. And then after the gentle cycle, we usually recommend doing a second rinse just to make sure that you get all the cleaner out of the sleeping bag. Once you're done with that process, you're going to carefully remove the sleeping bag and put it in the dryer. We usually recommend picking up the sleeping bag from both sides because sometimes just pulling it from one side can actually rip the fibers. So once you've got it in the dryer, you're going to want to put it on a low heat setting or no heat at all. A high heat setting can sometimes actually melt the sleeping bag, so you'll definitely want a low heat. For synthetic sleeping bags, it usually takes about an hour, but it can take more to completely dry. Down usually takes about several hours. Once it's been in there for a little while, you can actually add 2 to 3 clean tennis balls, and that'll actually help break up the down and dry it a little bit faster. You definitely want to make sure that the bag is completely dry before taking it out. And you can also air it out overnight, like on a clothesline or something, just to make sure it's completely dry. Once it is, you're going to want to use our NEMO large storage sack for storage. You don't want to store it compressed, and you should be all set and have a nice clean bag for your next trip.